ओम ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादि पाश्चात्यदेशधारिणे श्रीकृष्णचैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानन्द श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवसादि गौरभक्तवृन्द हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। ओम ज्ञान So now we are back to Bhakti Rasāmṛta Sindhu. Last time we studied we completed the 64 or 61 explanations of Atmarama verse by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That was a detour.
3 more are there, right, Prabhuji?
What is it? No, 61 are completed.
64, total 64 or 61 now?
61.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Prabhu.
Yeah, so that was from 1-7. And now we are going to look at from verse 55 onwards. अत्र त्याज्यतया एव उक्ता मुक्तिः पञ्चविधा अपि चेत् सालोक्यादिः तथा अपि अत्र भक्त्या न अतिविरुध्यते. So here the context is that mukti is not desired by pure devotees. And then previously he mentioned that pure bhakti is pure bhakti practitioners, that is sadhakas, they desire seva, they don't desire mukti. Now he says these 4 types of mukti, or the 5 types of mukti, though they have to be renounced. Hajitaya eva mukta muktihi, that is the mukti which is of 5 types: salokya, samipya, sarupya, sarshti, and sayujya. It was mentioned that it has to be rejected, given up. Tyajitaya eva mukta muktihi. Still, salokyadihi atra bhaktya na adivirudyate. So the 4 muktis, that is salokya, samipya, sarupya, sarshti, they are not so much contradictory to bhakti. The sayujya is definitely contradictory to bhakti because you cannot perform seva at all. But the other 4 are not so contradictory. So what does it mean? Ati viruddhyate. He is explaining, Jiva Goswami is explaining, Ati viruddhyate means atishayena viruddhyate, kintu kenapi amshena viruddhyate. Pratikulataya bhavyate iti tatra bhakti shravanat. That is that some part of the bhakti, some part of the mukti is contradictory. And then some part is not contradictory because there is bhakti in it. Some part of the 4 types of mukti is contradictory to pure bhakti. Some part of the 4 types of mukti is not contradictory to bhakti. So what is that? We'll look at the next verse. Sukha Aishwarya Uttara Sa Iyam Prema Seva Uttara Iti Api Salokyadigi Dvivida Tatrana Adya Seva Jusham Mata. So the mukti is of 2 types. He is dividing into two types. That is that 4 types of mukti. The 5th one is rejected, so we'll be discussing only the 4 types of mukti. Salokya, Samipya, Sarupya, and Shashti. That 4 types of mukti is of 2 categories. Sukha Aishwarya Uttara. That means predominantly focused on, predominantly with a desire upon Sukha and Aishwarya, happiness and the opulence. So by nature, the Vaikuntha planets of the Supreme Lord, they have bliss as well as opulence. By nature, it has that. But if you have desire for that, then that is called Sukha Aishwarya Uttara. Sukha Aishwarya Uttara means that which is focused upon the bliss and opulence of the spiritual world. The other one is Prema Seva Uttara, that which is focused on Prema Seva, service to the Lord. Again, focused, it says. That means the other things are also included. Primarily, it is focused on Prema Seva. And the other one is primarily, it is focused on Sukha and Aishwarya. So even though it is primarily focused on bliss and opulence, it also has service to the Lord. This one, the Prema Seva, that is service to the Lord in loving devotion, even though it is primarily focused on that, still it has bliss and opulence, that the desire for enjoyment is still there. The first one is not desired by Seva Jusham. Those who desire service, they do not accept Sukha Aishwarya Uttara. So let me actually start typing, otherwise it will become very confusing. Okay. So you see here the word primarily is used. Primarily means secondarily, it also has Prema Seva, the first one. And the second one is also saying primarily, which means the second one is also secondarily focused on Sukha Aishwarya. Okay. So the first one is never desired by those who have interest in Seva, service to the Lord. So Sri Jiva Goswami's commentary, let's look it up. Tatra Atishabda Pratipadiyam Aha Sukha Iti. So in the previous verse, it is said it is not so contradictory, that these four types of mukti are not so contradictory, right? So why is it not so contradictory? That is being explained here. Tallokati swabhavajam sukam aishwaryam cha uttaram pradhanyena vachaniyam yasyam sa. So here it says that it is primarily focused on the bliss and opulence, which is natural to the spiritual world. Okay, that is what he says. Prema swabhavyena seva eva uttara yasyam sa. So here, by nature, it is the seva whose nature is prema. That means loving devotional service. Okay, so it is primarily focused on that. Tatrana adya seva jusham mata. So the first one is not desired by those who have interest, those who have taste for service. So he gives a verse, Salokya Samipya Sarshti. This is from Bhagavatam 3:29-30. Nalagunamataji, you would like to recite?
Yes, Prabhuji. Salokya Sasti Samipya Sarupyaikatvam Apyutta Diyamanam na gruhnanti Vinamatsevanam Janaha.
Thank you. So here it says Salokya, Sarshi, Samipya, Sarupya, and Ekatva. All these things, even though the Lord gives to the devotees, they do not accept without service to the Lord. So this is referring to the Prema Seva Uttara devotees, that those who are primarily focused on loving devotional service, or those who are focused on service, they never desire this Sukha Aishwarya Uttara. Okay. तत्र सालोक्यादि चतुष्टयं सेवनं विना अभूतं चेत् तर्हि न गृह्णन्ति एव इत्यर्थः. So even though the four types of mukti they attain, if they are without, let's say hypothetically they are without service to the Lord, then they do not accept that. Ekatvam tu nityam tat vina abhutatvat na gृह्णन्ति एव इत्यर्थः. So the ekatvam, or merging with the Lord or merging with Brahman, that eternally it does not have any opportunity to serve the Lord, and so they will never accept that, never ever accept that. Tacha Ishware Brahmani cha Sayujam Gneyam. Sayujam means merging. So merging is of two types. One is merging into the Lord, and the other one is merging into Brahman. We saw in the case of Shishupala, he merged into the form of the Lord. So that is merging into the form of the Lord. And then merging into Brahman is well famous, so I don't need to explain that. Kintu prema eka madhurya jusha ekantina harau na eva angikurvate jatu muktim panchavitam api. But then there is one more class of devotees called prema, those who desire the sweetness of prema alone. These people will never ever approve of the 5 types of mukti. So these people are different from these two categories here. Okay. These people, so at least these two will approve of the mukti, but here they are not even approve, they don't even approve mukti. Okay. This is prema eka madhurya jushaha. They are focused only on Hari. That's it. Na eva angikurvate iti prema seva uttara iti uttara shabda upadanat anya angshasya api sadbhava apattehe. So why they don't accept this one, prema seva uttara mukti? Why they don't accept? Because it is primarily focused on loving devotional service. The reason Jiva Goswami says they do not accept even this is because it says the word primarily here. That means primarily it is focused on loving devotional service. Secondarily, a hidden motive is also there. Secondarily, they also desire for bliss and opulence of the mukti. Because of that reason, these people, these devotees who only desire the sweetness of prema, they do not approve of even the prema seva uttara also, mukti. Tatra anyangsam na ichanti ityartaha. So they do not desire the other part of it, which is that, having the desire for bliss and having the desire to enjoy bliss and opulence of the spiritual world. Matsevaya pratitam te. So he quotes a verse from Bhagavatam. It is 9:467. Matsevaya pratitam te salokyadi chatushayam na ichanti sevaya purnaha kutaha anyat kala viplutam. So here Krishna says that this salokyati chatushayam, these 4 types of mukti, salokya, samipya, sarupya, and sarshti, they are attained automatically by service to me. Krishna is speaking. Okay? By service to the Lord automatically. Still, they do not desire this. So this is what we have said here. They will not approve all these types of mukti. This is the prema eka madhurya jusha devotees mentioned in this verse. Why? Because sevaya purnaha, they are complete. They are very well satisfied. They are they do not want anything else other than service to the Lord alone. That's it. Kutaha, what to speak of the 5th one, which is the Aikya, or merging into the Lord or merging into the Brahman. Anyat kala viplutam. Then what to speak of other things, which is heavenly planets or attaining the abode of Brahma, all these things are destroyed in due course of time. So they do not desire anything. इत्यादौ तु प्रथमा सेवा साधनरूपा द्वितीया तु तया सिद्धरूपा प्रतीतमानुषङ्गिकतया प्राप्तमपि सालोक्यादिचतुष्टयं तद्गत सुख ऐश्वर्यादिकं तु न इच्छन्ति इत्यर्थः. So here, not this one, this verse. So it says, mat sevaya pratitam. So Krishna says, automatically obtained. These four types of mukti are automatically obtained by my service to me. So what is this service? This service is of two forms. One is sadhana and another one is sadhya. Sadhana is when we are practicing devotional service to the Lord right now in practicing stage. And then sadhya is we have attained the perfection. Both of these things are this service. And both of these services are going to lead to this mukti. But they are satisfied with this service alone. In the sadhana stage, they are satisfied with the sadhana. In the sadhya stage, they are satisfied with the sadhya bhakti. They are not desiring for this four types of mukti. Why? When it is said that they are not desiring for these four types of mukti, they are actually not desiring for the bliss and opulence, or they are not actually desiring for enjoyment of bliss and opulence of the spiritual world. So he says here, seva ki yesha salokyadikam apekshate eva. To do service to the Lord, one has to go to his spiritual planet. Right? If you want to do, directly service to Krishna or directly service to Vishnu or Rama, you have to be in that planet. To serve Lord Rama, you have to be in Ayodhya. To serve Krishna, you have to be in Gokula. To serve Vishnu, you have to be in Vaikunta. For that reason, they will accept the mukti. That is the salokya, etc. Those muktis they accept. But what they do not accept is they do not accept the bliss and opulence of the spiritual world or enjoying mentality. That's what they are not accepting. So they accept the four types of mukti only to serve the Lord. They don't desire for enjoying bliss and opulence of the spiritual world. Okay. Why? Because they are completely satisfied with the bliss that is attained through service alone. So we should not think that, just like in this material world, when I serve somebody else in my office, when I serve my boss, I do not attain any bliss. I rather get only difficulties and miseries. So service to the Lord also will be like that. Do not think like that. Here he says, Tataga Shakshat Tatiya Seva Eva Purna Labdha Paramanandaha. By serving the Lord, one is automatically getting so much amount of bliss. And because they are satisfied with the bliss in serving the Lord, they are not looking for anything outside of that. Even the bliss in mukti also. Etacha na vanchati chet kaimutyena ekam. Okay, we discussed all these things. Next verse. Tatrapi ekantinam shreshtaha govinda hritamanasaha. So even among those devotees, these are the devotees who are called Prema Eka Madhurya Jusha devotees. So even among these devotees, the best among Prema Eka Madhurya Jusha devotees is those who have lost their heart with Govinda. That means the devotees of Krishna. So devotees of Krishna are the best among these devotees. Why? Esham Shrisha Prasadaha Api Mana Hartum Na Shaknuryat. Even the mercy of Vaikunta, Vaikuntanatha, that is Vishnu, the mercy of Vishnu. Shrisha. Shrisha means the husband of goddess of fortune. Okay. The husband of Lakshmi. The husband of Lakshmi's prasada. Prasada means mercy. Even there, Vishnu's mercy does not have the potency to steal away the mind of the devotees of Krishna. They cannot. Huh? Govindaha, Shri Gokula Indraha. So who is Govinda? Govinda means who is the king of Shri Gokula. Upalakshanattvena Shri Dwarakanatha api. So indirectly it also indicates the Lord of Dwaraka as well. So both of them are the best. The devotees of Lord of Dwaraka as well as the devotees of Lord of Gokula, both of them are the best among the Prema Eka Madhurya devotees. सिद्धांततः तु अभेदे अपि श्रीश कृष्ण स्वरूपयोः रसेन उत्कृष्यते कृष्ण रूपम एषा रसस्थितिः सिद्धांततः तु अभेदे अपि श्रीश कृष्ण स्वरूपयोः. So by Siddhanta, the Shrisha or Vishnu and Krishna, their Swarupa is same. There is no difference between that. Okay, by Siddhanta. By philosophy, there is no difference between them. However, rasena utkrisyate Krishna rupam. By rasa, Krishna's rasa. Krishna has very special rasas. He can accept 5 types of rasas, and his rasas are also very, very, very intimate and very sweet. By that, Krishna's form is actually are actually superior to Vishnu's form. Though Vishnu and Krishna are same according to Siddhanta, Krishna's form is superior because of rasas toward him. Yesha rasasthitihi. This is the nature of rasa. This is the nature of Krishna's rasa. By Krishna's, the rasa that is with Krishna, the sweet mellows in the relationship one forms with Krishna, that makes Krishna's form more attractive, more superior than Vishnu's form. Rasena iti sarva utkrishta premamaya rasena iti artha utkrishyate antarbhutani antartvat. Okay, we'll skip all these things. So here onwards, he is going to give another important conclusion. If you look at the commentary, it goes on like 3 pages. So we'll look at it in next session, this commentary. Here, the gist of it is that even the queens of Dwaraka, other than the principal 8 queens, there are 16,108 queens in Dwaraka. So other than the principal 108 queens, the other 16,100 queens, they desire for the mood of the Vrajavas, the gopis of Vrindavan, or they desire for the love of Radha. That will be established here. Just as Uddhava, when he came to Vrindavan, when he spoke to the gopis, he desired to become even a small grass in Vrindavan. He was so much attracted by the love that gopis were having. When the queens of Dwaraka heard that from Uddhava, they were also attracted to the love of the gopis. And that will be established here. But again, the principal 8 queens, they are satisfied with their relationship to the Lord. But the other 16,100 queens, they got attracted to the mood and love of the gopis of Vrindavan. So Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, he says that is why when after the Maushal Leela has happened, everything got destroyed. The 16,100 queens were actually stolen by Krishna in the form of cowherd boys. So he became a cowherd person, and then he stole all these queens, and then he took them to Gokula to satisfy their desire. So he says this is what some commentators say. Okay, we'll stop here. We'll continue from here next week. Any questions, comments, thoughts?
Prabhu, that's a beautiful statement. Like the 16,100 queens were kidnapped. Krishna doesn't do anything without a purpose. because they had a desire to have Krishna as a paramount and in the following the footsteps of gopis. Such a beautiful point. Thank you, bro. You made my day.
Oh, thank you, Prabhuji. Rohini Dalal Prabhu. Yes, Prabhuji.
Thank you so much, Prabhu. Prabhu, can you please share the screen?
Yes, okay.
Yeah, so this one, Shuka Ishwarya Uttara, right? The devotees who have more inclination towards Shuka and Aishwarya,
Yeah.
less inclination towards service,
Hmm.
right? One thing I was wondering is that in one of the characteristics of pure devotional service, Sudurlabha is mentioned, very rarely achieved.
Hmm.
But looks like these devotees, they got, right? Even though it is Sudurlabha, even though they have this service attitude as secondary, they got the mercy of the Lord. So how to understand this contradiction?
They so I mean they see some devotees even in ISKCON also you would see that why are you practicing Krishna consciousness? They will say I want to go back home back to Godhead. I want to get rid of all the miseries here. So that is because there is they are focused on enjoying the bliss and opulence of the spiritual world, and by nature the spiritual world does not have any miseries. Vaikuntha is not there. So that is why Hariparsha Prabhu was saying, don't think that the spiritual world is like a Disney world where you want to go and enjoy. Then if you have that attitude, then you would become like this. Though it is also not bad. I mean, they also attain the spiritual world. They also get some service to the Lord, but their service is a little bit weaker. That means, you cannot compare these devotees with this devotee and then what to speak of then this devotee. So these devotees will have very, very intimate association with the Lord, and this one will be little bit weaker, and this one will be little further weaker, their relationship with the Lord. But their focus is just to enjoy the bliss and opulence of the spiritual world that they will get. So what is your focus? You will get that in the spiritual world.
Okay.
Is that your question or something else?
Yeah, part of it, Prabhu.
Okay. Maybe you can clarify.
Yeah, so why is this considered pure devotion service? Shuka Ishwarya Uttara devotion service is also pure devotion service?
So is it considered a pure devotional service? Doesn't look so. However, I remember seeing in Maharaj commentary that this is also mentioned as pure devotional service. Once again, I just want to verify that since they are accomplished with this. The devotee has a desire for these four, independent of the desire to please the Lord, then the bhakti is no longer anya abhirashita shunya. So basically, they also have desire for enjoying the spiritual world, but they do not have independently of the desire to please the Lord. That means I want to simply enjoy the spiritual world, but I don't want to please the Lord. That is not there. They want to please the Lord, but they are more focused on enjoying the spiritual world.
Got it, Prabhu. Looks like the definition of pure devotion service that Rupa Goswami gave is for Gaudiya Vaishnavas. It appears to be like that. Okay.
Prabhuji, I have a follow-up question.
Yes, bro.
Follow-up question.
Yes, bro.
So, any desire to enjoy the spiritual world, in anything in spiritual world, is seems like it's appreciated. But any desire to enjoy anything in material world, we shouldn't have that kind of desire, right?
Right. I mean, like in one sense, even the mixed devotional service, mixed bhakti is also good, but it is not the best. That is what is being said.
Yeah.
Like we
Yes.
have Purna, Purnatama, and Purnatara. So the best, the perfect, most perfect, and most more perfect and most perfect, like that. So even the mixed bhakti is also good, but it is not the best.
No, So when we have a desire to, enjoy Aishwarya in spiritual world, still you will able to go to spiritual world,
Correctly, you will be able to go to spiritual world. You will have some relationship with the Lord,
Yeah.
but it is not the best relationship. Again, it depends on one's own desire as well. What
Yeah.
one wants to achieve.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Very nice, wonderful. Thank you so much. Really, we are thoroughly relishing your explanations, Prabhuji. It's so interesting also. And could you share that one? Just I have a little bit clarification of,
Yes.
sorry, Prabhu. Yes. So here, the second and third categories, right? So the third category who have lost their heart with Govinda. That means that I'm not able to just differentiate between the second and third little bit, Prabhuji, because same thing, right? They don't want mukti, and also they don't desire desire to enjoy the bliss and opulence of the spiritual world. They have not lost their heart with Govinda in that case.
No, they can be Vishnu Bhaktas also, or Narsimha
Oh.
Bhaktas, Rama Bhaktas.
Oh, okay, okay. So second category. Okay. This is third category is particularly only with Govinda, right?
Correct, correct. Only with Krishna.
Oh, okay, okay. Okay, Prabhu. Thank you for the clarification. And one more thing, actually, regarding gopis, covered Krishna story series. So these, just correct me, Prabhu, if I'm wrong. So these are all the queens of Dwaraka expansions of gopis only, right? That's what
So
I.
if you are talking about Siddhanta, yes, you can say like that.
Okay.
But if you're like for Rukmini is an expansion of Radha, like that.
Rukmini is a Chandravali and Satyabhama is Radha, right? I have heard like that.
Correct. All are is an expansion of Radha in one sense. Even the Chandravali is also an expansion of Radha.
Uh-huh. Okay, okay, Prabhu. Yeah. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Wonderful, Prabhu. Thank you so much. I appreciate your effort. Yeah.
Thank you.
So Prabhuji, if you are, somebody who is fully given a heart to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, then
Yes.
which category he will fall into in
Yes.
this?
So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is non-different from Krishna. So he is, Krishna from.
Prema Ekta Madhurya.
Correct. Same person only. That's why in Chaitanya Charitamrita he clarifies so much effort that it is Krishna who is coming, not the Vishnu as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So same person.
Sure. Yeah. Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you. Narottam Vilas Prabhu.
Thanks, Prabhu. Thank you so much, Prabhu. Amazing, wonderful explanation, Prabhu, as always, Prabhu. Prabhu, for the Sukha Aishwarya Uttara and Prema Seva Uttara, Prabhu, examples. Yeah, Prabhu, could you give examples, Prabhu? If I remember correctly, Sukha Aishwarya would be, I've heard in Brihad Bhagavatamrita as well, examples of Padmavati. She wants to, especially the incident where, Krishna is crying, remembering the Brajavasis, and she says to Krishna and the other saying that let's give money, so to say, to Nanda Maharaj and Yashoda in response to their, whatever they fed you, whatever was given to Krishna, we can just give money, just not send Krishna back to Vrindavan. So in the sense that she wants to, thinking that, if Krishna goes, she wants to enjoy the bliss or the opulence of Dwarka, but if Krishna goes, then everything will go. He will give everything to the Prajavasis. So she wants the enjoyment, primarily focusing on enjoyment, bliss, opulence, but with Krishna, right? So that's what I can think of the Sukha Aishwarya Uttara.
I don't know. They did not give any example in the commentary, but you can take it like that. But in another sense, even Jatila, Kutila, they're also serving the Lord, but just in a different mood. They are they are pleasing Krishna by just becoming a hurdle in Krishna's meeting with Radha and the gopis. So I'm not sure. Did Sanatana Goswami mention explicitly that, or you're just you're concluding yourself?
No, this I have heard the devotees saying to
Oh, I
this,
see.
and also it makes sense in terms of explanation. But with the example which you give, Jatila Kutila, that's a bit, because the Brajavasis are the topmost. They are doing for the pleasure of Krishna there. Opulence, they want the pleasure of Krishna is the primary importance, not their own pleasure, right? Just unlike Padmavati there. So just that. Anyway, Buddhism. Thank you, Prabhu.
Yes. Thank you, Prabhu.
Sorry, Prabhu, I missed. What was your comment or question?
Prabhu, what I meant was, Prabhu, the example for Sukha Ishwarya Uttara, examples Padmavati, the wife of Ugrasen Maharaj. Right? She wants to enjoy the bliss, opulence of Dwarka, right? But when the episode comes in Bhagavatamrita where Krishna is crying, day and night, thinking about the Brajavasis, and Uddhava, everyone comes there, and Padmavati gives a solution, saying that, okay, let's give twice the money which Nanda Maharaj, Yashoda Maiya have spent on Krishna. Let's give them money and then, chup kar do unko, let's make them quiet, give them. So she what she thinks is that if Krishna goes to Vrindavan, he will give everything to Brajavasis. That's how much he loves Brajavasis. He knows that. So to stop from doing that, let's give money to Brajavasis. That's what her intention was, to enjoy the bliss and opulence, but with Krishna.
This from Hariparshad Prabhu, actually. Hariparshad Prabhu shared.
Yeah, that also Gugesh mentioned before that. But yeah, he also mentioned that to Mataji as well. So that is the example which I would think of Padmavati. That makes sense too.
So that becomes kind of an adverse, case. As I think precisely what Jivan Prabhu pointed out, that's an adverse case. It's not a favorable case, but of course she's a parikar. She's one of the associates of the Lord, but she's playing the role of adversary. And I think Sanatana Goswami does not appreciate even her attitude in Bhagavatamrita.
Yes.
So I think, Vaishnavacharyas will never, ever not appreciate the parikars or associates of the Lord who are actually favorably disposed. So, as far as my understanding is, that's not something desirable by the devotees. And that's not even something attainable by ordinary jivas, because she's one of the parikars. She plays that role in the spiritual world eternally. Like Duryodhana is also one of the parikars of the Lord. He certainly resides in the spiritual world, but he comes as an adversary. So that's not a desirable role. You don't want to become Duryodhana in the spiritual world. Yeah, I agree.
Thank you.
We'll stop here, devotees. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhu.
You made our day today.
Thank you,
Prabhu. Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you so much.
And